The following is a feature presentation of SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network.
The time for fun and games is over. Now the real work begins. It's playoff time here in the Tecmo NFL season. And we're kicking off with a pretty interesting one as the Baltimore Ravens head out to East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on the AFC East Division champions, the New York Jets. Welcome everybody to the first of our 4 games on Wildcard Weekend here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. Hello everybody, I am your host and broadcaster Joe. Well, the regular season is over. Now it's time for the playoffs. Do or die. You lose, you're out. You win, you get one step closer to Tecmo Super Bowl 59 and potentially hoisting the Tecmo Lombardi Trophy. And we've got 2 teams that have done pretty well for themselves so far this season in the form of the Ravens and the Jets. The Ravens were actually looking really good to start this season. Kind of stumbled a little bit partway through, but they've managed to do well for themselves getting to an 11, and they've had 2 separate 3-game winning streaks, and they won their last 2 games against the Texans and Browns. The only, even though their record is 11-5, they've only lost to 4 teams because they lost to the Bengals twice, as well as losing to the Steelers. But this AFC North has been competitive, and the Ravens are part of the reason why it's been so competitive. They are a potential favorite to win this game, despite being the road team. Meanwhile, the NFC East champion New York Jets, they have a 4-game and 5-game winning streak to their name. It took them a bit to finally getting around to winning this division, but they eventually did. However, both of these teams, when it comes to how they've handled teams with winning records, it is night and day. The Ravens at 4-3, the Jets at 2-3. So this is part of the reason why the Ravens are favored to win this game. It's not the only reason, mind you, but it is a part of the reason. Another reason why is if you look at the overall stats that both of these 2 teams have, the Jets, their record kind of, to some people, might look a little fraudulent because they are not doing all that well in a lot of different areas. Comparing the 2 stats, the Ravens are top 5 in almost every major statistical team category, including having the best running defense in the league. Meanwhile, the Jets have kind of been not all that great. The best thing that you can say is that they have a top 10 passing defense, but in terms of almost every other stat, they're either near the bottom or kind of just in the middle compared to the Ravens, who've been pretty dominant in every category. And even the categories that the Jets have done well in, the Ravens have just been better in almost every significant way. So that's why the Ravens are favored. However, things can change on a dime in this league, and this is no exception. It's going to be fun seeing just what these teams are capable of doing once it comes down to playoff time. Because when it comes to playoff time, what happened in the regular season does not really matter except for injuries that creep up near the playoffs. What matters is how you finish. And that's what the Jets are hoping to prove today with a potential upset victory. We're going to take a small break, and when we return, we'll take you down to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey for the start of the playoffs. And here we are at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The Ravens will call heads. It is indeed heads. And they will elect to return. So that means that Greg Zerlane will be kicking it off and Deontay Hardy will be back to return it. The playoffs have begun. And Hardy going to take this from about half a yard deep in his own end zone. Get up to the 15, down at the 17. Let's take a look at the Baltimore Ravens starting offense. Lamar Jackson coming into this game in his 7th year out of Louisville, 6th year as the Ravens full-time starter. Derrick Henry lining up behind him at running back. The Ravens acquired him from the Titans in the offseason. He's done great work. Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, the 2 wide receivers, while they run a dual tight end threat in the form of Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. They'll both be lining up on the line alongside Tyler Linderbaum, Andrew Voorhees, Daniel Falele, Ronnie Stanley, and Patrick McCarry. John Harbaugh, the 3rd longest tenured head coach currently in the NFL, 2nd longest with his current team in his 17th year with the Ravens, while the offensive coordinator is Todd Monken. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. Jackson in shotgun formation, going to take it himself on a designed run, running along the far side and gained about 8. Let's take a look at the New York Jets starting defense. Michael Clemens, Quinnen Williams, and Jermaine Johnson are the defensive linemen. Quincy Williams, Michael Carter II, CJ Mosley, and Will McDonald IV are your linebackers. On the corners are DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner, while at the safety positions, you've got Tony Adams and Chuck Clark. Jeff Ulbrich in his 4th year as defensive coordinator for New York, and special teams coordinator is Brant Boyer. 2nd and 2 for Baltimore. Jackson stepping a little bit back on the shotgun. The pass is deflected and incomplete. Looks like that was heading toward the right for possibly Andrews. So 3rd and 2. Jackson going to take it himself on a designed run, so it's not a sack. So they're sent back 7 yards, and the Ravens will be forced to punt. This is Jordan Stout in his 3rd year out of Penn State, and Xavier Gibson, the 2nd year out of Stephen F. Austin. He's fumbled the ball. It's bouncing around before it's finally picked up by Mark Andrews, and Mark Andrews is going to take it for a scoop and score. Off the fumble recovery on a punt, and the Ravens deliver. They take an immediate lead. Kick on the way is up and good. So 7-0 for Baltimore. And Andrews a Pro Bowler for this year. Xavier Gibson going to take this from about a yard back in his own end zone. Going to get up to about the 17-yard line. Let's take a look at the New York Jets starting offense. Aaron Rodgers, currently the oldest player in the NFL right now, coming into the NFL in his 20th year at age 41. He's got Braylon Allen, the rookie out of Wisconsin, lining up behind him to replace the injured Breece Hall. Xavier Gibson, Garrett Wilson, and Mike Williams are the wide receiving core that Rodgers will be throwing to. Tyler Conklin, the tight end, will be lining up on the line alongside Joe Tipman, John Simpson, Elijah Vera Tucker, Tyron Smith, and Morgan Moses. Robert Saleh in his 4th year as the Jets head coach, and offense coordinator Nathaniel Hackett. 1st and 10 for the SVGN Comeback Player of the Year. Rodgers stepping back, going to try and run forward with it, taking it himself. Look at this man move. But he only gets about 4. Let's take a look at the Ravens starting defense. Nnamdi Madubuike, Michael Pierce, and Travis Jones are the defensive linemen. At linebacker, you have Kyle Van Noy, Trenton Simpson, Roquan Smith, and Adafe Awe. Brandon Stevens and Marlon Humphrey are the corners for Baltimore, while the safeties are Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton. Zachary Orr, the defensive coordinator in his 1st year for Baltimore, and the special teams coordinator is Chris Horton. 2nd and 6 for the Jets. Handoff for Allen, and he's going to get the 1st down, zigging and zagging, staying around the middle. So 1st and 10 for New York on their own 29. Toss for Braylon Allen, who's running along the near side, and he's going to zig and zag around the defense yet again, and he's dragging for extra yards. He breaks the tackle. Look at this man run. He's still going into Ravens territory as he gets into the red zone for the Jets. taken down at Baltimore's 18. First and 10 for the Jets. Rodgers stepping back before he handing off to Allen. And Allen running it up the gut, and he's got the touchdown there. Just like that, the Jets tie this game up at 7 apiece, assuming Greg Zuerlein's kick goes through. Extra point on the way is up, and it's good. We got a tie game here at 7. Hardy back to return. Going to take this from about the 1-yard line. And he's going to get up to about the 20-yard line before he's taken down. So, first and 10. Jackson going to hand this off to Henry, and he's not going to get too far. Getting back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a little bit farther. Second and 10, Jackson with the play action. Roll to his right. Going to run with himself. Avoiding potential tackles as he's going to get strip sacked. Well, it's not a sack, but C.J. Mosley there to recover the fumble. So the Jets get in a good field position here. Toss for Braylon Allen. And he is going to try and fight to get through, but he's not getting very far. So that's a fumble by each team. Rodgers stepping back. Going to try and run forward, running into alignment. Going to take it himself. And he only gets about 3. Third and 7. Rodgers stepping back. Going to try and get this one off, but throws it out of bounds. Had no other choice, really. So Greg Zuerlein going to come out for a field goal. This will be about a 46-yarder. Kick on the way is up. And it is good. 10-7. The Jets have a 3-point lead. So Hardy will be back to return this one. He's going to take it from about the 7-yard line, but only gets to about the 13. First and 10 for Baltimore. Man in motion. Jackson. Play action. Going to get taken down. Sacked by Quincy Williams for the loss of 11. The defense was sniffing it out. Second and long. Hand off to Derrick Henry. Fighting along the far side. Avoiding potential tackles as he gets the first down on his own. Look at this man run. Needed 21. Got about 42 or so. Got about 32. Jackson going to throw this one for Rashad Bateman. And that pass deflected and incomplete. Fortunately for them, nobody was able to take it while it was falling down. Jackson in shotgun formation. Looking and throwing for Zay Flowers. Has got the first down easily. Still on his feet. Gonna try and fight for extra yardage, but can't. Down at about the 31 of the Jets. First and 10. Jackson in shotgun. Gotta get this one off quick. Looking for an open man. Throwing to his right for Zay Flowers. Flowers has this one, and he is going to be just shy of scoring. And that's how we're going to end the first quarter. First and goal on the 3. Jackson going to play action. Roll to his right. Going to throw this for Isaiah Likely. He's got the touchdown. Nice connection there on the short pass to the tight end. And so with that, the Ravens retake the lead. Tucker's kick on the way is up and good. 14-10. Baltimore has the lead now. But still plenty of time to go, obviously. Gibson going to take this from about the 3. It's up to the 20, 25, and down at the 26. So first and 10 for New York starts there. Pretty decent place to start. Rodgers looking for somebody open. Going to throw this to his left for Garrett Wilson, who leaps up to grab this one. And Wilson, can he? Could he? Will he? No, but he's taken down right at the 10. So it'll be first and goal there. Shotgun formation for Rodgers. Dropping back a little bit. Running forward with it. And he's going to get sacked by Trenton Simpson. Looks like he was ready to throw, but unfortunately not able to. Loss of 2 on that one. Shotgun formation for Rodgers. Going to try and run forward again. Nnamdi Madubuike gets through for the sack to push him back even further, sending him back 8 yards. Third and long. Going to toss up for Braylon Allen. Allen going to try and get along the near side, fighting for extra yardage, but taken down around the 5. So they're going to go for the field goal. This one's a chip shot from about 23 yards out. Kick on the way is through. 14-13 is our score here. This is an exciting game, let me tell you, folks. Hardy will be back to return. He's going to take it from about the 7. Gets up to the 20 and down to the 23. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. Man in motion. And off to Henry, and Henry not going to get too far, only gains about 1. 2nd and 9 on about the 24, 25-yard line. So hands it off to Henry, but he's sent back 4 yards to the 20. Jackson in shotgun formation. Going to try and look for Bateman, who he throws to his left, but overthrows him. So the Ravens will be forced to punt. Jordan Stout coming out for his 2nd punt of the day. The only other time they punted, Gibson got stripped of the ball and was recovered by Mark Andrews for a touchdown. And he's going to get to the 30 this time, holding on to the ball. 1st and 10 for the Jets. Rodgers tossing for Allen, running along the near side, still going and down around the 41. With a gain of 11 on that one. 1st and 10 New York. Rodgers tossing for Braylon Allen yet again, who's running along the far side this time, cutting back towards the middle, but not quite enough to avoid getting tackled. Just outside of Ravens territory on the Jets side of the 50. Toss for Allen is intercepted! Marlon Humphrey, the quarterback, manages to take advantage of a rare Aaron Rodgers mistake, and the Ravens have fantastic field position starting in the Jets territory on their 47. And Lamar taking that to about the 33. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. Jackson hands it off to Henry. Henry cutting back towards the middle, and he's going to get taken down around the 21, but still enough for the 1st down. Gained about 12 on that one. Man in motion for Jackson. Going to hand this one off to Henry yet again. Henry running along the near sideline, fighting for extra yardage, but taken down around the 7. 1st and goal for Baltimore there. Man in motion. Handing it off to Henry, who is going to run this in for a score. Stiff-armed a man, and he has got the touchdown there to extend it to a 21-13 lead if Justin Tucker can kick this extra point through. Tucker's kick on the way. It's up, and it's good. 21-13. Baltimore with a big lead right now. Leading by 8. As Gibson going to take this from about 3 or 4 yards back in his own end zone. Gets up to the 15 before he's taken down. 1st and 10 for the Jets. Rodgers needs to shake off how that last drive ended. Braylon Allen going to get the toss, sending him back 6 yards. 2nd and 16 on the Jets 10. Rodgers looking for an open man. Going to try and run forward with it and taken down by Kyle Van Noy for the loss of 3. And the Jets going to call their first timeout of the game. 3rd and 19. Ball is on about the 6, but Rodgers in his own end zone. Got to get this off in time. Incomplete. There were some black helmets and purple jerseys in the area for Braylon Allen. Morstead will punt this. This will be the first punt for Thomas Morstead in his 16th year in the NFL. Going to get from the 33 to the 38 will be Hardy. With less than a minute to go in the first half, Jackson in shotgun formation. Looking for an open man, throwing to his left, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Man in motion. Jackson hands it off to Henry, who's running into alignment, but breaks a tackle, still going. Gets about 6 on that one. 3rd and 4, shotgun formation for Jackson. Looking and throwing to his left. Leaping up to grab it is Mark Andrews. He's got the 1st down and into Jets territory. Down around the 42. The Ravens going to call their first timeout of the game. Man in motion for the Ravens. Jackson going to try and run forward. Jermaine Johnson says, no, you will not. Takes him back to the 50, and the Ravens going to call their second timeout. 9 seconds to go in the first half. Man in motion for Baltimore. Jackson going to hand this off to King Henry, and he's going to not get too far. So we'll end the first half with a 21-13 Ravens lead. But the Jets get the ball back to start halftime. I remind you all that we've got a full wild card weekend planned for you. First, tomorrow, Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears head down to Philadelphia so he can try and get his first playoff win, and his opponent, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Then, on Sunday, we head to Indianapolis, where Anthony Richardson and the Colts host Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. And finally, on Monday, we're going to head down south to Atlanta, where Kirk Cousins and the Falcons play host to Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. That's all coming up for you this weekend, Wild Card Weekend, here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. And so Tucker kicks it off here for Gibson. We'll start the second half giving the Jets the ball from the 7 up to the 16. First and 10 for New York. Rodgers in shotgun formation. Looking for an open man running forward. He's going to take it with himself. Get the first down and down around the 30. So first and 10 for New York starts there. Man in motion for Rodgers. He's dropping back a little bit. Looking for somebody open. Throwing to his left for Braylon Allen. And Allen breaking a tackle there and taken down around the 46. First and 10 for New York. Rodgers stepping back. Looking. Gonna throw to his left for Garrett Wilson. And Wilson gonna get into deep Baltimore territory before he's down around the 8 or 9 yard line. So first and goal there for New York. Rodgers going to toss this for Allen, running along the far sideline, and Braylon Allen is in for the score. Touchdown, Jets! And so with that, this can be a 1-point game yet again. Just rely on Greg Zerlane to kick the extra point on the way and through. 21-20 is your score right now. But anything can change. Hardy will be back to return to try to give Lamar and the Ravens some good field position to start the second half. Down around the 15. First and 10 for Baltimore. Man in motion. Jackson in shotgun formation. Gonna try and run forward. He's getting wrapped up. Can he break free? No! Quinnen Williams takes him down. Second and 17 for the Ravens. Man in motion. Jackson going to hand this one off to Henry. He's running along the near side. Fighting for extra yards if he can, but doesn't get too far. So it'll be third and long. Jackson handing it off to Henry, who's near the far side of the field. So they'll be forced to punt. Gibson will be back to return. Stout punting it. And Gibson will take this from about the 28. And he's up to the 40. 45 and down at the 46. First and 10 for the Jets. Shotgun formation. New York looking to try and take the lead yet again for the first time in a while. And that one is going to go right into Garrett Wilson's hands. But he is short by a few inches. Second and inches. Little motion for the Jets. Rodgers going to hand this one off to Allen. And Allen going to take a first down run. Up the gut. He only needed about 1 yard, but he got 3. Rodgers stepping back on the first and 10. Going to throw it for Gibson, and Gibson going to take this one into the red zone and still going. And he's going to fumble the ball! And it's going to get picked up by Baltimore. Kyle Hamilton taking it back to Baltimore's 18. And the Ravens save themselves from possible danger as Jackson going to run along the near side, or far side. And he got the first down around the 29-yard line. First and 10, Baltimore man in motion. And off to Henry. He's cutting back towards the outside and taken down after a gain of 5. Second and 5. Jackson in shotgun. Gonna run with himself. Jackson gonna get the first down. Still going. And down around the 48. First and 10 for Baltimore there. Man in motion. Jackson looking. Gonna throw this one to Rashad Bateman, who dives for it, but he can't quite connect with it. Incomplete. Second and 10. Jackson hands it off to Henry. Henry running along the near sideline. And he's going to fight for extra yardage, but he doesn't get quite enough to get a first down yet. Third and 3 on the 45 of the Jets. Jackson looking for an open man. Going to try and throw this one in time for Zay Flowers, who dives for it, but can't quite get it. And they're going to go with the Justin Tucker field goal. This will be a 62-yarder. He's made this before. Kick on the way. It's up. And it's good! Justin Tucker, what a leg he's got on him. He has been in the league for 13 years. Or this is his 13th year. And yet he has done amazing things since getting in here, as Gibson going to get to the 19 with this one. Rodgers in shotgun formation. Going to try and get this one off for Wilson. Wilson got the ball, and he's going to get to about the 36. My apologies. 1st and 10 for the Jets. Rodgers looking for an open man. Hands it off to Allen. Allen fighting for extra yardage and down around the 39. 2nd and 7. Rodgers stepping back. Looking for somebody open. Gonna throw this one to his left for Garrett Wilson. And Wilson has got this one easily. He's going to avoid a tackle and score. Touchdown Jets. Jets take lead. And with the extra point by Zerline, it's a 3-point game here in New Jersey. As New York leads 27-24, and final play of the 3rd quarter will be a kick return by Hardy. Going to get past the 12 and down at the 15 or so. So the Ravens have 8 minutes to try and drive down the field and get a lead. Jackson going to get swarmed. Jermaine Johnson there with the sack for New York, taking him back 10 yards. Defense broke through. And off to Henry running along the near sideline. Henry going to get farther. He's got the 1st down. Still on his feet. And he's going to get about to the 45. Still going. He's into New York territory. Fighting for every yard he can get. Down at the New York 40. Amazing running work there by Derrick Henry. That's why he's King Henry. As Jackson a play action roll to his right. Throw for Zay Flowers. And Flowers is wide open. And he is going to be just shy of the touchdown. My mistake. I thought he had this one. 1st and goal on the 2. And off to King Henry. And he is short by a yard. 2nd and goal on the 1. Man in motion. Jackson hands it off to Henry. And now he's in. Looked like he was trying for some misdirection there. Some fancy footwork. And the Ravens take the lead yet again. And the extra point by Tucker. On the way. It's up. Nearly blocked, but it's through. 31-27. So now it's the Jets' turn to have to come from behind. What an exciting game this has been, folks. Gibson going to take this from about 2 or 3 yards back. Going to get up to the 15 before he's taken down. So 1st and 10 there. Man in motion. Rodgers stepping back. Looking at throwing to his right, but incomplete. It looked like that was going for Tyler Conklin, but out of bounds. 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to get this one off over the middle, but incomplete. Braylon Allen not quite able to get it with the sea of purple jerseys around him. 3rd and 10. Rodgers stepping back. Going to try and run forward with it. Running into alignment before he breaks loose. And he's not going to get too far. Only gains about 3. So they're going to go for it on the 4th and 7. Shotgun formation for Rodgers. Man in motion. Defense breaking through. Roquan Smith makes it a turnover on downs with that sack. And the Ravens in fantastic field position. You can't get much better. Derrick Henry going to score the touchdown run there. And with that, the Ravens made this job even harder for New York. A 10-point lead. Going to be 11 points following this kick by Tucker if it goes through, which it will. 38-27. An 11-point game, and Gibson going to try and set the Jets up with some good field position. They will need to score, get the ball back, and score again, and all in quick succession. Little over 4.5 to go. Rodgers tossing for Braylon Allen, running along the near sideline, actually, and breaks the tackle, and he's still going. Braylon Allen, he gets into Baltimore territory, breaking another tackle. Not able to break a third, but gets to the Baltimore 37. So 1st and 10 for the Jets. Rodgers looking for an open man, throwing to his left for Garrett Wilson, and the Jets get the touchdown. And so once they get this extra point, it'll be a 4-point game. They'll have to get the ball back. They've got a decision to make. Zerling's kick on the way is through. Do they go onside kick, or do they hope the defense can hold? They go with a full kick. They will think the defense can hold off Lamar and the Ravens. As Hardy going to take this from the 2 and down at the 12. The Ravens just need to drain some clock, just get some first downs, play this game smart. They're going to play it smart by handing it off to Derrick Henry, who's got the first down and more. Look at this man run, fighting for extra yardage, past the 40 and down around the 41. And you're going to have to call their first time out of the half with just under 3 minutes to go. Man in motion for Baltimore. Jackson in shotgun formation. Going to throw this one to his right, but the pass almost intercepted. Instead, deflected. Great work by the Jets defense there. 240. Man in motion for Baltimore in front of Jackson, who's in shotgun. Gonna throw this one to his left for Rashad Bateman! And he might have just sealed this game away! Rashad Bateman gets taken down at the 16. But unless the Jets can get a turnover, this game might be over. Jackson gonna throw this one to Rashad Bateman in the end zone, but incomplete. There were some green helmets near him. 2 minutes to go. Man in motion in front of Jackson, who's in shotgun. Jackson gets it off in time for Mark Andrews, but it's picked off! Oh, I couldn't see who it is, but the Jets might have a chance. They need to get down the field and get a touchdown. Throw over the middle for Braylon Allen. Allen gonna break a tackle. Still fighting down around the 49 of the Jets. And they're gonna call their second timeout of the half. 1:20 to go. Shotgun formation for Rodgers. He has to score a touchdown. Throw for Gibson. And he's going to fumble the ball. It's picked up Trenton Simpson. And this game is over, folks. This game is over, barring a bad play by the Ravens. Toss for Derrick Henry. It doesn't matter. Jets going to call their third and final timeout. 42 seconds to go. Oh, this has been an exciting one. Pulse-pounding action, high-flying, as the Jackson going to get to about the 32 or 33 with 20 seconds to go. Barring an absolute miracle, the Ravens have won this game and will be moving on to the divisional round. 10 seconds to go. Jackson got a man in motion behind him. Hand off to Derrick Henry. Henry going to take this one to about the 27, but it doesn't matter. The Baltimore Ravens come away with the 38-34 victory over the New York Jets. Great work there by Baltimore, keeping a hold of the ball as they needed to, and the defense coming through big time for the Ravens. And that is going to do it for us today. A reminder to tune in all weekend for our various different wildcard games. The Eagles will be hosting the Bears tomorrow, followed by the Browns and Colts on Sunday, and on Monday, it's the Lions and Falcons. For all of us here at SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network, I'm your host, Joe, saying good night, everybody!